The 76ers begin the game with the basketball. Simmons to Embiid. And the rebound comes down to Young. Nothing going here on that drive. Oladipo to Young. Works it up top. Curling inside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Miles Turner trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play on the first possession of the game. It's Ben Simmons controlling the offense. Inside, he scores.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Oladipo into the front court. Leads one. Trying to cash in. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Short jumper off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Oladipo to Collison. Here comes the screen. Victor Oladipo. Message received. Well defended. Covington with a shot that's off the mark.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Collison to Young. Oladipo shot misses. Into the front court comes Simmons. They trail by one. For three. Not that time. He missed it. Indiana with the basketball. Jay, I wouldn't confuse this team with the Houston Rockets, but there is no question the Pacers are built to play fast.
Yeah, one of the fastest teams in the league, and I think depth this year will help them towards the latter part of the season, particularly in the playoffs. Last year, you felt like you saw Victor Oladipo get a little bit tired, but now due to better conditioning, you add on a guy like Tyreek Evans, you have guys like Corey Joseph. This team is loaded with depth.
And a chance coming up at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Two for two on that trip. Fultz with the basketball. They're down three. Here comes the screen. To Fultz. Has a chance. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
Has a look. Oladipo, not that time. Oh, Miles Turner. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Ed, I remember this in so much detail. I was watching the NBA pre-draft camp, and I saw Miles Turner run, and myself and all the scouts, everybody's like, whoa, wait a second. What is that? But I give the Pacers a lot of credit. They had a trainer that worked with his gait, and now that's exactly who he is, a big that can run down, block shots, and be active on the perimeter defensively.
Pacers with the possession. Here comes the screen. probing the defense. To Turner. Trying to cash in. Sabonis can't connect.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Pacers come up with it. Evans. To Turner. To Evans. Has a chance. Evans with a shot. That's no good. Fultz into the front court. They can get a 2-for-1 if they play this right. New blood coming in for both sides.
Entering the game for the Indiana Pacers, number 10, Kyle
Simmons. Fultz to Simmons. Markelle Fultz. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Pacers control.
I got him. I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
Here comes the screen. Deep three at the buzzer. And it's no good as time's run out here in the first quarter. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
A filling out process between each teams, and also, Ed, a filling out process with the referees. A lot of quick whistles. The game is being called differently. Look to see how both teams adjust.
Sixers control it. Fultz, great feed, sets it up. And count the basket.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Oladipo into the front court. Down a point. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Joseph with it. Down by one. Knocks it down from mid-range.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Screen coming. McConnell to Simmons. Has a look. The shot no good by Simmons.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Fultz.
Screen.
To Simmons. McConnell. Pacers, Jay, were good last year. Then they got better in free agency.
They lose Lance Stevenson to L.A., but then they get a ton of under-the-radar type of players. Kyle O'Quinn, who provides toughness. Doug McDermott, 6'10" shooter from the outside, pick-and-pop type of player. Imagine that with Victor Oladipo. You get a guy like Tyreke Evans, who's an explosive scorer. And then Aaron Holiday. He might be the key. The third Holiday brother could be the backup PG of the future.
Oladipo to Turner. Not that time. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Markelle Fultz. On the Pacers come away with the steal. To Turner. Another chance. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one, count it.
Subbing in for the 76ers. Number 17.
Able to convert on both free throws. Simmons. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
And stuffs it home.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Sixers have the basketball. McConnell to Embiid. Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
Can we take a second to talk about the most gregarious personality in the NBA? We don't trust in the process. No. We're beyond the process. Joel Embiid has emerged as this generation's Shaquille O'Neal, and he's done it in a variety of ways. He's a dominant big who doesn't shy away from the physicality of the game. Probably the reason why he was up for Defensive Player of the Year. And also, he has a personality that baits you into a conversation, whether you like it or not, and he's pretty hysterical. This kid is going to be a star in the league for years to come, and you better pay attention to what he has to put down.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Hey, you got the screen right.
Fine to shoot. Collison, deep left corner. Young. That's off the side of the rim, short. Philadelphia with the basketball.
Defense, let's go.
To McConnell. Oh, the pass stolen by Indiana.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Collison to Oladipo. Young to Collison. Miles Turner slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Joel Embiid. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Old school equals high percentage.
Into the front court comes Collison. It's a one-point game as we approach halftime. To Young. Shot from the lane won't go.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
For the Philadelphia 76ers, number 33.
Footer at the buzzer, and Young able to secure the rebound. Time expires to end the first half with the Pacers in the lead.
is Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Pacers have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. It's obvious how these guys scored the majority of their points, and that's in the paint. They did a great job of scoring down low. These are the guys getting buckets for the Indiana Pacers. The 76ers are keeping things exciting in a close matchup.
And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists.
Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Bench points.
The coaches are getting the kind of bench production that can make for some interesting rotations. Keep an eye on the substitution patterns in the second half.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
Dario Saric.
Was inefficient in the first half.
News flash, you're not on fire. Pass the ball. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Jay, no question, the Pacers were the surprise of the NBA last year. What are your expectations for them now?
Top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. That's what they have to be. And I think for Kevin Pritchard and Nate McMillan, the post-George era has begun far better than expected. And it all starts with Victor Oladipo. Last year, he was the guy, but this year, he needs to become the man.
Simmons. Young to Collison. Darren Collison, better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Simmons to Redick. Has a chance. It's no good. Great defense. Collison into the front court. Up by 3. Oladipo to Turner. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Foul number 1 for Indiana.
Miles Turner at the line.
Shooting 2.
First one goes down. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Simmons with it. His guys trail now by 4. To Redick. Pacers have it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
It's Indiana basketball to Collison. Young to Turner. From the painted area, won't go down. Simmons with it, trailing by 4. To Covington. Simmons. To Redick. Embiid buries it on the catch and shoot.
Oh, did you see the way the ball came off his hands? Not the best form in the world, but it is where it is. Count it. Maybe just don't count on it all the time.
Collison to Oladipo. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal. Redick with it. His guys now trailing by a point. Pacers come up with it. Thaddeus Young. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Simmons. Oladipo into the front court. Leads 3. Victor Oladipo with the slam.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Simmons to Embiid.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. And the rebound taken in by Young. Indiana with the basketball. Collison to Oladipo. Here comes the screen. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Has a look. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Knocked loose. That'll get out off one of the Pacers. So possession stays with Philadelphia. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Subbing in for Philadelphia, number 8.
Jay, sum it up. Why was Victor Oladipo the most improved last year?
Because he was no longer Robin. Victor Oladipo has become Batman, and he's owning the responsibility of becoming Batman. And this is going to be a great year for him because he attacks the game the same way Russell Westbrook does. That short stint at OKC taught Victor Oladipo how to compete 24/7.
Smith with the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. To Embiid. Over to the right side. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Won't go down. Pacers with the possession. To Evans. Oh, had him going there for a second. Evans. Down to 5 on the 24, and he'll head to the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Philadelphia 76.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Smith into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Trying to cash in. The shot by Simmons won't go down. 19-footer at the buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter. The Pacers have the lead. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Sixers control it.
Everyone gets free pizza.
Fultz. Surveys the floor. To McConnell. Here comes the screen. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Into the front court comes Collison. Lead stands at 7. To Evans. Goes to the left side. Young to Evans. Going to launch beyond the arc. Tyreek Evans at the line. First free throw is good. Second one's no good. One more coming. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Markelle Fultz. Here comes the screen. To Fultz. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Fultz to Embiid. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. McConnell to Embiid. Fires the 3. Missed it. Collison into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. To Evans. Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
And for all the people out there that thought Tyreek Evans' career was on the decline, he proved you wrong. He only went out there and averaged better than 19 points per game, the most since his rookie season.
McConnell to Fultz. Lets it fly from long range. Markelle Fultz forcing that one there. Well defended. Into the front court comes Collison. The lead is 11. To Young. Collison. Five to shoot for Indiana. Covington to Fultz. Short jumper won't go down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 17, J.J. Redick. Subbing in for Indiana, number 33.
Markelle Fultz to Embiid. Covington to Embiid. Fultz. That won't go. Collison into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. To Young. Collison. That's good D. Shot no good. Fultz with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Oh, and the Pacers come away with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Collison's shot won't fall.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Sixers have the basketball. Fultz to Embiid. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
And hits the first free throw.
For Philadelphia, number 25, Vincent.
No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Oladipo. Here's a chance from long range. Most improved in the NBA, Victor Oladipo. That was a tough shot.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Simmons, deep right corner. To Simmons. 5 on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, now 4 for 9.
Now that the process has been established, it's going to be fun to see how much better Joel Embiid can be this season. Everybody heard about his arduous offseason workout program, but the thing I love about him the most, he always works on his game, even if he's dunking on random fans on vacation.
The drive, right to the basket. A lot of contact. Shots no good, and no foul. This one to the Pacers as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pacers
Put on a show in a blowout.
The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Indiana Pacers. The 76ers
Lost this game long before the final buzzer.
My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Philadelphia 76ers,
Game trap. Steals. Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.